Hello students, welcome to you all in your English class. Myself Sharmista Johari from NCMS Jhabua. So today I am going to teach you the very first chapter of your English book, and the name of the chapter is Chaskit Goes to School. Okay students, so before moving into the detailed explanation of the story, I would like to ask you a few questions. Children, how do you go to school? Probably by bus, auto rickshaw, or with your parents. Children, do you like to go to school? So your answer would be yes, you like to go to school because you enjoy learning and playing with your friends in the school garden, a school playground. Okay. So children, how do you feel if you see someone who is unable to go to school around your area, around your place where you live? Will you feel good? No. Will you help that person? Yes. So in this story we will read about a girl, okay, who is a physically disabled girl who wished to go to school but could not attend it because she was unable to walk. But her strong determination and willpower helped her to reach her desire. Desire means dream. So what was her dream? Who helped her to fulfill her dream? That all we will answer of all these questions through this chapter. Okay, so first we'll know about the writer of this story. So Sujata Padmanabham is the writer of this beautiful chapter. Okay, she is a trained educator and she specially works for disabled children. So students, again I am telling about disabled. So what do you mean disabled? Do you know the meaning of disabled? Disabled means physical or mentally handicapped. In easy word we can say that आपने कुछ ऐसे बच्चे देखे होंगे या कुछ ऐसे persons देखे होंगे जो deaf होते हैं, dumb होते हैं, blind होते हैं, lame होते हैं, जो चल नहीं पाते हैं, बोल नहीं पाते हैं, सुन नहीं पाते हैं या mentally जिनका कुछ problems होता है. Okay, so these type of person are called disabled. Okay, so now let's move into the story, and first we'll discuss about the character of the story. Okay, so these are the main characters of the story. First is Chaskit, a handicapped girl, and she is the main character of the story. Stubborn, her brother. Amale, her mother. So in Ladakhi language students, mother called Amale. And Abale means her father. Mamale means grandfather. Abdul, a school boy. And headmaster means principal. Now let's move into the chapter. So first let's discuss the word meaning of this paragraph. Eagerly. So what is the meaning of eagerly, students? Showing a lot of interest or excitement about something. Amale means, as I told you, mother in Ladakhi language. Gurguti. So what is gurguti? Butter tea that is made in a long cylindrical wooden vessel. The tea is churned with butter, salt and milk in this vessel. A low gurgur noise is produced during churning. So when this tea is made, that time gurgur noise produced. Losa, a festival celebrating the Ladakh or Tibet New Year. Okay, it is the New Year festival. It has its origin in 15th century. Gonapa, a Buddhist monastery. Prayer wheel. So what is prayer wheel? A prayer wheel is made of a hollow metal, cylindrical and fixed on a handle. On the outside of the cylinder are prayers in Sanskrit. Buddhist devotees spin these wheels. Okay. So now let's see the first paragraph. Chaskit woke up early that morning. It was a very special day and she was too excited to sleep till late. She eagerly looked out of the window next to her bed. It was springtime in Ladakh and the apricot trees were in full bloom. Okay, so as I told you, the main character, the story is about a girl whose name was Chaskit. Okay, and she lived in the village of Ladakh. Ladakh, student, it is a cold desert area. Okay, that lies in Great Himalayas on the eastern side of Jammu and Kashmir. So on that day, Chaskit was very excited. Okay, she was feeling very good. She woke up early in the morning. Okay, and when she looked through the window outside, so what she saw the apricot trees. The apricot trees were in full bloom. Okay, so apricot trees, student, it is a kind of a fruit tree. Okay, were in full blooms means full tree were filled with fruits and flowers. Now next, Amale was awake too. Chaskit could hear Amale in the kitchen making gurgur tea. This was a day Chaskit was going to remember for a long time. Can you guess why? No, it was not Losar, that was many months away. Nor it was any other special day in her village, like the Gonapa festival or a wedding day. So Ammale means her mother, okay. So her mother also woke up early that morning, okay. And she was in the kitchen and she was making the gurgur tea. So Chaskit was very excited that day. So can you guess why? Why she was very excited? It happens to students in our life too. When you are planning to go some of your favorite place, when you are planning to go for picnic, on that day you will be very active that morning, okay. You will be very excited that morning, you feel very excited that time. So here the same situation was Chaskit. So why she was very excited? It was not a festival time, it was not a marriage day. So why she was very excited, that we will see in the next paragraph. So next paragraph, today was going to be Chaskit's first day at school. At 9 years she had waited a long time for this. The school was not very far away from her home. So Chaskit, she is a 9-year-old girl, okay, and it was her first day to go to school, okay. Why? That's why she was very excited and she had waited for long 9 years to make her dream come true, okay, because so it was a very special day for her. To get there you had to walk up to the main road just before the prayer wheel. You took the path to the left of the road that ran along a narrow stream near the poplar trees. You crossed the stream by jumping over the big rocks. Once you got to the other side, a short walk up a slope took you to the school. All the children of Skipto Yul Chaskit's village walked to school every day, but not little Chaskit, she could not walk. So to reach the school, a person has to walk up to the main road, okay, before the prayer wheels. Prayer wheels, as we saw here, okay. So that Buddhists use that, and it is made up of iron and some metals, other metals, okay. And then the prayer wheels, they have to take the, they have to cross the narrow stream. Narrow stream means river near the poplar trees. Poplar trees means deciduous trees, okay, which shed their leaves in winter, okay. Then a person has to cross the rocky path. Rocky path means they have to climb that area, okay. Then there is a slope. Slope means like this, surface of land that goes up and down, okay. So that is called slopy area. Okay, so all the children of Skipto Yul, it is the village name of Chaskit's, where Chaskit and all the children lived. That is the village name. Walk to school every day. So like this way, all the children, they used to go to school. So it is very risky, okay. It is the path is not easy, okay. So all the children, they put their life in danger. They have to cross the forest, they have to cross the river, they have to climb that area, and then suddenly they have to come down on the slope. Okay, so but the little Chaskit, she could not do all these things because she was unable to walk. Chaskit was born with legs that did not work like everyone else. Her father had taken her to the village Amchi. Okay, Amchi means a doctor practicing the Tibetan system of medicine, also called Amchi. Amchi means doctor in Tibetan language. Okay, and then Abale means father in Ladakhi language. Jule, a greeting in Ladakhi language meaning hello and goodbye. As we say here, when we meet someone, hello and goodbye. So in Ladakhi language, the people say Jule. Okay, so and then to the doctors in Leh. But no amount of medicine had helped her walk. At first, Chaskit did not realize that she was in any way different from Stubborn, her younger brother, or her cousins. But soon there were many things she could not do as easily as they could. So as we know that Chaskit is a handicapped girl, okay, she was unable to walk. So her Abale means her father. Her father provided the best treatment, okay, from village Amchi. Amchi means doctor, okay, and he took Chaskit to the Leh doctors also. Leh, it is a town near the Chaskit's village, okay. सो वो हर जगह अपनी डॉटर को लेकर जाते हैं कि उसके पैरों के ट्रीटमेंट के लिए. सो हर डॉक्टर से ट्रीटमेंट करवाते हैं, हर मेडिसिन को फॉलो करते हैं, बट फिर भी जो डॉटर है उसके लेग्स जो हैं वो जो प्रॉब्लम्स है वो रिकवर नहीं हो पाती है. ओके, सो नथिंग वर्क्स ऑन द लेग्स ऑफ चस्कित. So whenever Chaskit felt depressed, she thought that she could not do things like her brother. So what her father told, that does not matter, her Abbale would tell her, you can stitch better than any of them and you draw very well. Abbale often brought her some color pencils from Leh. So whenever Chaskit felt depressed, so what her father said, her father motivated her, her father encouraged her by saying that you are better, you are very good in stitching, in painting than any other children. And he brought some colors pencils from Leh also. Okay. Chaskit used a chair fitted with wheels to move around. Elders called it a wheelchair. When Abbale first brought the wheelchair home, everyone in her family was very excited. Now I won't have to carry Chaskit everywhere. I can wheel her around, said Ammale, with tears of happiness in her eyes, and I will be able to go wherever I want, cried Chaskit excitedly. So one day what happened, student? One day Chaskit's father brought a wheelchair. Okay. So Chaskit was very excited, felt very happy क्योंकि उसके फादर उसके लिए क्या लेके आए थे, व्हील चेयर लेके आए थे. नाउ उसको किसी पे भी डिपेंड रहने की जरूरत नहीं होती थी. सो व्हाट Chaskit, why Chaskit was very excited? Because with the wheelchair she can move here and there, she can go anywhere, she can do anything. So when Chaskit was very happy, her mother also felt very happy. So tears of happiness came in her eyes. So when children feel very happy, their parents also feel very happy. Slowly Chaskit learned to use her wheelchair. She would ask her mother to sit her in the wheelchair outside her home every morning. So as the time passes, Chaskit learned to use around the wheelchair, and she used to sit outside every evening outside her home. Now let's see what happened next. One evening when Chaskit was sitting outside the house with her grandfather, a young boy came up to her. He carried a letter which he handed over to her grandfather. Jule, the bus driver asked me to give this to you, he said. So one evening what happened, student, when the Chaskit and her grandfather, they sat outside the house, जब वो अपने घर के बाहर बैठे थे, then what happened, then a boy came and he gave a letter to the grandfather, and firstly he said Jule. Jule means, as I told you, hello and goodbye. So he said hello here to the grandfather and Chaskit, and then he said that this letter is given to him by the bus driver. My name is Abdul, he said, turning to Chaskit. I study in class 6 at the government school. I have often wondered, why don't you come to school? So now then the boy introduced himself by saying that my name is Abdul and I am studying in class 6th, and I never seen you in the school. So why don't you come to school? He asked the question to Chaskit. Jule, Abdul said, Chaskit, I have ever been to school. The path to the school is too uneven and pebbly and my wheelchair will get stuck. It would be very difficult for my parents to carry me to school and back every day. So Chaskit also replied hello, and then he said, I am unable to walk and I am using this wheelchair. Okay, and with this wheelchair it is not possible to me to go to school because the road is not good. It is too rough and it is too uneven. Uneven means कहीं पर slope आ जाता है, कहीं पर rocky area आ जाता है. Okay, so that's why she is called uneven, that path, and no one in her family to carry her to school every day and bring back home. So that's why she had never gone to school. But would you like to come to school? Asked Abdul. Then suddenly Abdul asked a question that do you like to come to school? Of course, replied Chaskit. I hear my younger brother talk of all the things he does at school. I want to study like everyone else, make friends, play games, wear a uniform and even write exams. You may not believe this, but I sometimes dream of carrying a school bag, even eating packed lunch. So when the Abdul asked a question, do you like to go to school? Chaskit was very excited, and in excitement she said, yes, I would like to go to school. I would like to make friends, play games, wear a uniform and even write exams, and that is my dream to go to school and carry a school bag. Now let's see what happened next. Enough, interrupted her grandfather. Stop dreaming, Chaskit. You know you cannot go to school. So when the Chaskit and the boy they were talking, the grandfather interrupted. Interrupted means वो बीच में ही बोल पड़ते हैं. And he was very angry at that time. And he said to the Chaskit that stop dreaming. Stop dreaming means सपने देखना बंद करो. You are not you know very well that you are not able to go to school. Mamele means grandfather. Please, pleaded Chaskit softly with tears in her eyes as her grandfather walked away angrily. Mamele does not understand how I feel, said Chaskit. I too want to learn to read and do maths. Do you understand? So Mamele means her grandfather. When he angry on Chaskit, he was also not feeling good. He was also felt depressed because he also know that Chaskit's dream to go to school. Okay, so when the grandfather got angry, he cried in loud tone, and then he went inside the house. So when the grandfather went, Chaskit was cried in and tears of in her eyes. And then she said that Mamele don't understand, means her grandfather don't understand her feeling. She want to go to school, she want to learn, she want to write. I do, said Abdul. Chaskit, I will see you later. I must go now. Jule. Then Chaskit said to Abdul that do you understand my feeling, what I am trying to say? So what Abdul replied, yes I know. मैं तुम्हारी सारी feelings को समझ सकता हूँ. Then the Abdul went from there. He said Jule means. The next day Abdul went straight to the headmaster's room after assembly. Jule, Azangle, he said, I want to talk to you about a girl from our village who does not go to school. She is stubborn sister Chaskit. So Ajangle means here students a term used with respect for an elderly man in Ladakhi language. As we use here sir, madam, okay. So in the Ladakhi language they use this word, okay. So the very next day what happened, students? Abdul went to school, and after assembly he went inside the principal's, the headmaster's room, and he said to the principal sir that he want to talk about a girl from a village, okay, and she is stubborn's sister. Oh yes, replied the headmaster, I know her, she is unable to walk, isn't it? So what the headmaster replied, he said that he knows about the girl very well, okay, the girl who is unable to walk. Yes, Azangle, she uses a wheelchair to move around but cannot reach a school as the path from her home is too rough and uneven. I was wondering if we could all together and level the path and build a small bridge across the stream. So Abdul said that yes sir, I am exactly talking about that girl, okay. She uses a wheelchair, and with the wheelchair it is not possible her to come to school, and her dream is to come to school. So because the path is too rough, too uneven, okay, and it was very pebbly. Pebbly means बहुत सारे पत्थर हैं उसमें उस road पे. So he said, he gave his idea that if means we means here staff management, staff and students, okay. So if we all work together and make the road even and build a small bridge across the stream, so Chaskit will able to come to school. That's very thoughtful of you, Abdul, said the headmaster as he patted him on the back. What made you think of Chaskit and her problems? So the principal, he gave a positive response. He was very happy when he saw that the Abdul was thinking about Chaskit and her problems. So he patted him on the back. Patted him on the back means वो उसकी पीठ पर शाबाशी देते हैं, because he thought about a girl, about her problems. Next, Azangle, last week we read about the fundamental rights of citizens in a civics class. All children have a right to education, that includes Chaskit as well, doesn't it? So what the Abdul said, student? The Abdul said that in the last week we read about the fundamental right in our civics class. So what is fundamental right, student? As you can see here, a right refers to what a person is allowed to do. Okay, that right tells that a person can do anything. The Constitution of India provides a set of rights to all Indian citizens. These are called the fundamental right. So the Constitution of India provides this fundamental right. Okay, and in that fundamental right, people of India, they do anything whatever they like. There are 6 fundamental rights. The right to education is one of this, means right to education is one of that fundamental right. Right to freedom, right to equality, right to education, these all the fundamental rights. So with that fundamental right to education, fundamental rights, Chaskit also writes to get education. Okay, means all the children of India, they have right to get education. Yes, you are right, Abdul. Let me discuss this with the other teachers, replied the headmaster. So the principal also agreed that Chaskit also have a right to get education, and he said that he will discuss this matter with all the staff members. The next day the headmaster shared Abdul's ideas with all the teachers and asked them what they felt. Impossible, said one of them. How will Chaskit be able to write, play and go to the toilet like the other children do? So the very next day what happened, students? The principal called a meeting. So when all the teachers they assembled together, and then the principal said about the whole matter. Okay, what the Abdul said and the idea about the bridge. Okay, so one of the teachers said it is impossible. Okay, why it is impossible? Because Chaskit is not a normal child. Okay, she was unable to walk. So how she will able to play? She will able to go to toilet. That's exactly what we must work out, said the headmaster. I hear that in the village of Mantokul, the village education committee has helped build a special toilet for one of their children who cannot walk. We could ask them what they have done, but first we must go get Chaskit to school, then we could think of ways of helping her to do things in school. So what the principal replied, he said, yes, exactly, we will face many of the problems and these problems also, but Mantokul, okay, it is a village name, it is another village name. So there was the same case, and the committee made a special toilet for this type of children, this type of disabled children. Okay, so we will talk to them, then they will also build a toilet, this type of toilets in our school. Okay, but the principal said our first priority is to bring Chaskit to school. Okay, then we will discuss about the other problems. 2 weeks later, there was great excitement at the government school. All the children gathered outside in the playground. They came to school without their school bags. There weren't going to be any classes that day. So after 2 weeks, what happened, students? All the children assembled in the school playground, outside the school playground. Okay, and they came without their bags, and on that day there were no classes. So all the children, they were very excited and felt very happy. Next, what happened? The teachers divided the children into groups. One group worked in front of Chaskit's house and another on the path along the stream. A third group with other children worked hard to help some of their teachers build a strong wooden bridge across the stream. So now next what happens? The teacher divided the students into groups. Groups means team. Okay, so one group was working outside the Chaskit's house. Okay, they were doing the level on the path. Then the next group, it was working along the stream. Okay, जो stream के पास वाला, जो river के पास वाला area था, उस पे work कर रहे थे. And the other children means senior children and the teachers, they were hired to build a strong wooden bridge across the stream. वो stream के ऊपर एक bridge बना रहे थे. Okay, so all were hired in a different task. Although it was very tiring job or tiring work. Okay, but they all working together in happiness. They were singing, they were dancing, and they were fully enjoyment. They were doing all the things. Chaskit's parents provided everyone with hot tea and biscuits. Chaskit's grandfather sat under a willow tree by the stream watching the busy school children. So when all the teachers, all the students, they all working, Chaskit's parents are offering them to hot tea and biscuits, those who are working there. Okay, and Chaskit's grandfather, he was sat under the tree, and he was feeling very good. He never thought that Chaskit would ever go to school. So he was feeling very happy to see that all the children, all the school teachers, they were working for his granddaughter. I never dreamed I had seen a day like this, he thought to himself as he wept a tear. So tears of happiness came in his eyes, and he felt very happy that day. At the end of the day, it was a tired but happy group of children that returned to their homes. The path from Chaskit home to the school was now ready. So in the evening, what happened, students? In the evening, all the children, they reached their homes. So they all were feeling very happy. They also tired, but they all were feeling very happy. Now the path, now the road of from Chaskit's house to the school, it was now ready. Chaskit was going to school for the first time in her life, and that's why she was so excited. So the very next morning, now Chaskit's first day to go to school, she was very excited, and she felt very happy that day. So in the early, as I told you, why Chaskit was very excited, why she was very happy, because the day come, because now her dream come true and she is going to school. Okay, so now let's discuss what is the moral of the story, student. We must show concern and help others who are in need. So if we see a person who need our help, so we have to help that person. Sometimes we must leave our selfish motives and think about others. We always think about others. Helping others gives peace to one's mind and soul. When we help other, we feel very happy. Okay, we feel very satisfied. God help those who help others. God always help those who help others. If you dream deep, your dreams will be fulfilled one day. So children, dreams, have big dreams, and do everything. Do whatever you want to do to fulfill that dream. So students, this was your chapter. I hope you enjoyed reading this chapter. Thank you. Have a nice day.